All right, folks, how's everyone doing? I hope we are all doing well in this new year of 2022. Just want to say thanks to all the people who tuned into our first episode of me and my partner GQJamaal from the Retro Brothers podcast. In this one, we have decided to do a talk on the House Party series, but more importantly, Kid and Play, as like these rappers from Queens who bursted onto the scene in the 80s. They were so popular through their music videos and their stylistic, and like the influence of culture that now people are still watching their movies, from the House Party 1, House Party 2, Class Act, and even the House Party 3 film, So join in with us, definitely, you will definitely love this episode. We talk about our own experiences with seeing the rap duo Kid and Play for the first time, and just their legacy that they have left for some people who grew up during that time. So yes, definitely enjoy this podcast. So check our social media links are in the bottom. So yeah, let's get this on the way. All right, folks, how's everybody doing? What is up to y'all, man? It's another episode of, wait for it, the Retro Brothers podcast. Man.
Yes, sir. Episode 2, we made it.
We made it, man. All those, like, when we were planning this from 2021, you were like,
the second week of January, man. 2022.
Exactly, man. And as you know, folks, man, when we say stuff, we deliver. We did say.
We come through.
Exactly. We go on our promises.
We're not pending. We
are not pending. See, like in a theater sometime in 2025, it's gonna be in this year.
We're not like Dr. Dre's Detox.
No. We ain't gonna go way back.
Detox is a myth.
Yeah. We're not like Ludacris, like lean back. Like it's gonna lean back. No.
Oh, you mean Fat Joe?
Fat Joe. I always got Ludacris and Fat Joe. A lot of their like tracks, I used to get them like
Oh really?
Like, I swear, because when they were playing on like I used to get them CDs back in the day of just like it had the 25 of like the hottest tracks. So like Fat Joe, Ludacris.
Hey, the Def Jam CDs. That's what I call Volume 1, Volume 2. Bro, my first CD I bought from that was like Volume 18. I think it was like all the tracks from like 2004. So I had like the Lean Back, the Tipsy.
Usher. Chingy, do you remember Chingy? I like to play.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah.
I like your hair.
Yeah, right there. Holiday Inn,
bro. Those were the days, man. Like with the CD wallets, you had like CD wallets. Yeah. All the glorious times in the early 2000s, man. When they were.
You just had to be there, guys. You just had to be there.
Honestly, man. But yes, folks, man. Seeing as I just like mentioned that we talked about rewind. Flashback. We're gonna go even rewind even more back in time to the golden
day on the boulevard I lived in.
Exactly.
It was I, GQ, and the boy Rich Z.
The Rich Z was in the
like, are you on point, Rich? All the time, Q.
Oh man, I'm on the bottom. Man,
I had to drop the check the rhyme on y'all.
Yeah, he had to get it in, man. You love, man. Woo. But yes, man. So, folks, man, I hope everyone did tune into episode 1. Me and GQ really, it was a very like insightful conversation and just a discussion basically about like what goes into like creating content, like our inspirations and just how like ideas that we use to formulate, and just like a love of like where we came from, the being,
right.
Growing up in the 90s. And even as we mentioned before, like our early taste in the music, the 2010.
Yeah. Golden.
Yes.
Music will never get
Oh,
old.
man.
So,
Trust me. As GQ's mentioned many times, you had to be there. It was just
you had to be
different.
You cannot duplicate what was going on. That was pure authentic.
Pure. And and this is gonna lead on to what we're saying. One thing I used to love so much, even in the 2000s, every single artist was distinct. We did the music discussion. There was no similarities. Like 50 Cent, he was different from Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was different from Eminem. Eminem was different from Jay-Z. And they all were, they all had their own brand. No one was trying to imitate. You understand? And this is not me hating on the Tekashi, the Tekashi 5678912, whatever his name is.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That extension line rapper, that
got 99 problems, but
Tekashi ain't one. So this is not me hating like old Daddy Rich, saying like, oh yeah, these rappers. You know what? I'll tell you a figure or two. Back in my day, there was the high top fades. There was the kick steps.
Nah, man. We love everything. I mean, we love some stuff that's current.
Yeah,
so you can't deny what was happening back then. So how good it was.
I will even bring this up. Why is it that even to this day they still talk about Tupac?
Because
this I think not only Tupac was like very prolific, he was controversial, but he came up at the time, of when hip hop was the, you're on radio now, hip hop was that big deal. You understand, Biggie, obviously, the Nas, Beastie Boys, what's it, Naughty by Nature, one of my favorites.
Naughty by Nature,
yeah. And this is a good way to like slot this one in, Kid and Play, which in this one, this is what we're going to be discussing about. We're going to be talking about and I can definitely say this, one of hip hop's biggest impactful, I definitely say iconic rappers, is definitely Kid and Play, So we're going to be talking about House Party, of course, House Party 2, House Party 3, Class Act, Saturday morning cartoon show, if you remember
our favorite Kid and Play joints, Kid and Play songs, moments.
Oh man,
Mr. Christopher Reed,
Christopher Play Martin, something. All right,
AKA Blade Brown.
Blade, Oh man.
I am so hyped, Rich, bro.
Bro,
I'm so hyped to talk about Kid and Play.
Man.
Play were them guys. They were the guys.
They were those guys. There was one thing I just love with Kid and Play. It's even giving me like goosebumps even talking about it now.
Yeah,
it's such like a fun with them. Like it's like I can sometimes just watch them dancing and I feel like what. Let me get out of my seat. Let me reenact.
We have to do the kick step. We have to do the Kid and Play.
The Kid and Play kick step, man. So I used to watch a lot of those videos, and it was hit them and possibly MC Hammer, of the because Michael Jackson was more like R&B and pop, but of the hip hop, like they were one of the few ones who were hip hop and they were dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they were really cool to create. But like, what was your like first, like I always say this, first like introduction to Kid and Play? What was for you, bro?
Yeah, because most people don't know. So yeah, it's good to ask that. But my first introduction to Kid and Play was House Party, the movie. My mom had the VHS tape to House Party.
Right.
And I was like 5 or 6. I shouldn't even been watching House Party.
It's rated R.
First movie. Yeah. Hey, believe it or not, guys, I literally have House Party on my TV. So that's how pumped I am
about this.
Ready to talk about Kid and Play. But House Party, I was like 5 or 6 when I first watched House Party. Man, House Party was just that movie from beginning to end. It was funny throughout. It was suspenseful at times, but not like like scary suspense. But it kept you on your toes. Yeah. But House Party was that movie, man. It's like all they wanted to do is get ready for the party. They party throughout the film.
Oh no! I swear.
Act 1 to Act 2. Some of Act 3. But
yeah. Because I remember the intro pretty much is when they're in the school. Then like all that happens with like full force. Yeah. I smell something. I smell pussy. Yo, just
oh man!
My God.
Those fight scenes.
Those fight scenes, man.
Hey man, we're gonna talk about Play's character in a minute, but Play was a shit in these House Party series.
Yeah.
Play and Bilal,
man,
was just sitting there,
instigators.
Yeah.
You know what? You do remember Bilal. So anyone hasn't seen House Party, after this, you gotta go.
You gotta go watch it. It's on HBO Max.
100%.
All 5 of House Parties are on HBO Max. So you have no excuse of why you've never seen House Party.
Exactly. As beautiful said by GQ. But like Martin, GQ, Lau, he basically tells Kid like, oh, you went out like a sucker, man. Of course,
like, of course, I did.
Oh no. He wanted Kid to get that ass kicking, man.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. It's tough, And I know I used to have friends like that in my school. They'd be like, bro, why didn't you do anything, man?
Everybody had friends like Play and Bilal.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah. Instigators, man. They weren't gonna do nothing just because they weren't in that situation.
Right. Yo, Play was looking at Kid like, oh man, disappointed. I'm like, yo,
epic fail, man. Like the way they grabbed him, like what was it? Full
force grab.
Grabbed him in the sky, man. And he said like he was punching him, and the one he was like, wait.
Oh, Pee-wee. Pee-wee. Wait. Go.
Okay, no.
Like, oh man.
Oh my God.
Hey, about Full Force. I didn't know they were an R&B group.
Well, that's the thing. One thing, like we'll talk about this when we run through like the sequels as well. Like, it wasn't a lot of introduction to like the other artists and actors and actresses in the House Party films, because I didn't know like that song ain't no type of hype.
Yeah.
I love no type of hype. No, ain't no that electric tune. The one when they're in the party.
Timeless.
So amazing. I had no idea they performed that. I was later.
Have you seen the music video to that song?
Yes. I love it, man. When they're on stage and they got the instruments. Crazy. I did my House Party research, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Full Force, man.
Yeah, man. Big things. Big part of why this film was. It's a classic. It still is, you know what I mean? But and one of the things is that like early cafeteria scene, so you got Kid, you got Play, you got Bilal Martin, you obviously got Full Force. I would honestly say it must have been either this film or the Boomerang that I saw Tisha Campbell Martin, because I saw this before the Martin TV series, because I watched it back,
Yeah.
So it was the first time I saw Gina.
Gina, Janet Gina. Now I'm mad.
No, man. Yeah. Oh, Mario, man.
Damn.
Step.
Man.
I don't even know why you hit the step.
Step.
Just step.
Oh man.
Oh my god. What did you think? So yeah, you said it was house party. What did you think of like because you got Kid and Play who the leads, and Bilal's that kind of like siding, you know what I mean? It's like a little
that
DJ.
side character,
yeah. I'm the DJ. What did you think of the two leads, basically, the actresses playing alongside them, AJ Johnson and Tisha Campbell? What did you think about that?
I think, man, you was either Team Sydney or Team Shireen.
Exactly.
Everybody was Team Shireen.
Yes.
Everybody was Team Shireen.
And just a quick note, and I've talked about, I'm pretty sure GQ has mentioned this in his reviews, because we talked about House Party, we talked about those early 90s movies. This was at a time, bro, where the girls, if you were not that fair-skinned, Halle Berry, Sally Richardson, Jada Pinkett, let's put her in there.
Garcelle Barbaz.
Exactly. If you want
Nia Long,
yeah, if mostly the fair-skinned girls were like kind of pushed forward, then the darkest, Naomi Campbell, Kenya Moore, Tisha Arnold, and obviously AJ Johnson. So it's really nice that a lot of people who have reviewed like House Party 1 will talk about their fondness. They always say they were Team Shireen. Right?
Yeah, because back then they usually went for the light skinny, like actress.
Exactly.
Yeah. I always went for AJ Johnson.
Yeah. I thought, and it's so true, because even talk like even later in the second part of the movie, she's the one. Like a lot of the ones that got guys when they're in the party, they're going for her. Exactly, Shireen. So she was and I think that was for both of them. It was a lot of them was their first performance, first movie.
Right, like breakout roles.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So with because as you mentioned, like Full Force, you found out later that they were like an R&B group. Like, did you know Kid and Play were like artists like when you watched it the first time, or like you found out later? Like how?
I think later, probably my parents probably told me Kid and Play was rappers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I figured it out myself. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same. The thing was, when I first watched,
I didn't know how huge Kid and Play was.
Yeah.
I'm just going off House Party.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny you mentioned that, because as at that time, I hate putting the similar in this category, but they put it in the time of happy hip hop. For the ones that can't see it, the air quotations, happy hip hop.
I don't think Kid and Play was like those corny rappers.
That's what I don't think.
Kid and Play had their own style.
Yeah.
Kid and Play had their own style with the fashion. They were trendsetters, and their music was dope to me.
Yeah. And what I love as well, the music videos of Kid and Play, they were so colorful, stylistic, and it was colorful, and they kept lodging them in with the Fresh Prince and DJ and Dazzy Jeff. Those were because they came around the same scene, which is so funny. Like Fresh Prince and DJ Dazzy Jeff started in the late 80s, and it's just the time when Kid and Play did their first albums. I think Funhouse was later, but the first two albums.
Too Hype. I think it's
Too Hype. Yeah.
Too
Hype. So they had the two albums in the late 80s. Then House Party came, and they made the tracks for Floyd.
Yeah, it worked well. Yeah.
So, but like with that, what did you think of we'll go back into House Party, in a bit, but what did you think of as I was gonna say, I kept on confusing Kid with Will Smith. When I saw them for the first time, I was like, this the guy in the House Party? When I was seeing I used to be like, no, they're different. And it's like when I grew up, I was like, okay, right. But what did you think of because they're always gonna make the comparisons, Kid and Play and Fresh Prince and Jersey. What did you think of them because they were in that category? They were not corny.
So
but
what I think about both the groups?
Yeah.
I believe they have different styles.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they had different styles. I think I think Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith. I mean, the Fresh Prince. They were like more lyrical.
Yes.
On the lyrical tip.
I'd say.
And Kid and Play was like more like party music.
Yes. It was like that good time. Music you can go out.
The fashion was on point though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree, GQ. I think with them, they were both equal, like the equal footing, but they both had different attributes, as you said, like Fresh Prince was more lyrical, but like when it came to like the dancing and the just that whole overall party experience, Kid and Play definitely beat them.
Oh yeah, because Fresh Prince can dance too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when it comes to dancing, that's Kid and Play.
Yeah, man.
When it comes to the party music, that's Kid and Play.
The Kid and Play definitely had. I think they were like again at the time. There was a very few rappers who danced, especially danced good. Do you know what I mean?
Heavy D,
of course.
Heavy D,
Boys.
Hammer.
Yeah. There was a few other ones. Vanilla Ice Cut though.
No. Rich Nice. I think that was his name.
I think it was Rich Nice. Yeah, there was a few because and I think I attribute this a lot to Kid and Play. New Jack Swing was like the huge thing.
Yeah.
That like if anyone's seen like New Jack City, that was it was in the movement.
That was pretty much.
That was the whole New Jack Swing movement of like dancing until you're sweating. Just really like powerful moves.
The singer Guy.
Yes.
Guy was in New Jack City.
Yeah. When they come into it was
not Guy. Not Guy. What's his name? What's his other name? Oh.
No, it wasn't. No, I was thinking of
it. Wasn't Guy. Hey.
Tevin, no, not Tevin Campbell. What was I talking about? I was going to say Tevin Campbell. Why did that come about? I was watching.
Can we talk Tevin Campbell?
Oh my god!
No, I forgot his name.
Oh my god! We'll definitely, man. I know the scene when they go into the club. And they're talking about New Jack City, yeah. They're singing it when in front of the fireplace. I just can't. We'll get it. I can't think of the name. We'll get it, folks. We'll definitely put it in the description. Yes, for sure at the time. But getting back to the house party film, so. What's so good with that the movie? And shout outs like the guy who directed this was Reginald Hardlin?
Oh, the Hudlin brothers?
Yes. Reginald Hudlin, who also directed the Boomerang film, with the all-star cast, his direction on this was on point. Right. And the storytelling, the idea that kid, he so badly wants to go to the party, he's got his lyrics. He's ready to go, and then just because he had that altercation with Full Force, they sent a slip back to his pop's house, and yes. What did you think about that? Like, as you said, you were saying it earlier about the suspense of like. Kids trying to, what did you think about that kid and Robin Harris played the dad?
Hey, man, first of all, rest in peace to Robin Harris, because there's no house party without Robin Harris. Robin Harris was the heart of that movie.
Yeah.
But, because Robin Harris and Kid, they were like, I know Robin Harris was like a few years older than Kid in real life.
Yeah.
That's what made it funny to me, bro.
I know.
But Robin Harris, really a good, like, protective father.
Yeah.
Trying to like teach Kid not to make the same mistake that he did.
Yeah.
So yeah. Robin was like, he was on it though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That scene when Kid like snuck out the house.
Oh yeah.
He shut the door. His eyes like he woke up out that. Like
he was waiting.
Like, I'm gonna kill him.
Right, yeah. Then after he dresses up and he's checking his watch. Right, like, I'm gonna give you like 5 seconds, like to come. I give 10 seconds.
With his watch.
So with his damn watch.
He's like, I know it yet. I know it yet.
Oh my God.
One of my favorite scenes for that movie is when he got stopped by the cop.
Oh my God, the 2 white cops. Oh my God,
the cops was racist as hell now.
Yeah. And what I love so much, they played fun of that, because Boys in the Hood, which was released around the same time, that was way more serious, and it talked about like getting stopped by racist cops, but unfortunately that was a black cop. That one was very, very tense situation, but House Party kind of made it funny, where like he gets stopped and like he's like, Harris, he goes, where you going? He jam on those
He's like, hey you, where you going? He Robert Harris, mind my own fucking business. That's where I'm going. Do you have a problem with that, officer?
What is this? Yeah, and I remember he says that again with questions. What is this? Jeopardy? And he said, no, this ain't Jeopardy. Say even
Monopoly either.
I ain't going
to jail. Like, please. Like, he said, put your hands on top of your head. Yeah. Like, I know I'm going to jail. I know why. Because I'm a poor black man on a black block. Y'all just want to bust my black ass.
And he said, oh, hey, you're definitely... I know with you, I can recite like every single dialogue in House Party. I've seen this so many times.
As freaking disturbance.
I'm telling you.
Freaking with me.
And he's like, oh, boy, I can read badges, boy, and then
like I'll turn your ass in.
Oh my God! So like, what's so cool with that is there's like it's like 3 different stories that are going inside that same before they get to the party. You got Kid trying to get there, and he's battling full force. Find him and they chase him. Plays there, and he's trying to set up the party, but he's hating that. Oh, there's no girls coming in. It's too. Yes. And then Robin Harris is trying to look for Kids. So it's so cool how 3 of these are intertwined. But like, this is before the actual when they're in the party. So
right. Oh man, hilarious!
It's amazing, good, but definitely. But fast forwarding on, so like we got to the part like when Kids there, plays there. And you got like the my favorite like moments, from this film is definitely the dance battle, between Kid and
the iconic dance.
Oh man,
battle, yes.
That was everyone like made space. They had the floor, and it's like they did a battle. And even before that, do you remember? Oh my God, do you remember when Bilal's there? So Bilal's there and he's on the DJ and Chill, Chill kept
it's like chill. Can you stop bumping the table, please? Like, he said, play some music like I'm about to.
And he does it again. Oh man,
I'm telling you, there's in this movie House Party, there's everyone can relate to one person, one character.
Yeah.
All know that one person in real life.
I always feel the best film or even just entertainment in general, when you can have that relatability, you can be like, yes, I could definitely do it. Groove. Was it Groove the one who was trying to hit on Shireen?
Oh, that was Groove.
What's that Groove? I'm getting those digits. Him.
I'm getting those digits.
He was
so confident too.
Super.
He was so confident.
Yeah. He had the Guinness. That was it. That was
I'm getting those digits.
He walks across. Do you even before that he was dancing with one sister? He was going insane on her.
He was going in.
And he pushed her at the table. He busts into the wall.
Bro, I could just picture that scene, bro. Like, yo,
I could close my eyes.
Shorty left just disgusted. Like, yo.
Oh, I ain't dancing with him again.
Hey, was that that same girl that asked Play, like, where's the refreshments?
That was the one. And Play, he was already pissed. You know, some people don't understand. Play was already pissed when the party started. You know? He was already
Play was already pissed.
He was pissed. There was no girls that came in. Someone broke the toilet, you know, and Kid was there. So, you know, Play was not in the mood in House Party 1. He was not in the mood, I'm telling you.
No.
I know.
No, like at the end of the like towards the end of House Party, that toilet scene was the final straw.
Oh my gosh,
because before that, like you said, he was already pissed because there was not enough women.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Shorty just came to him, just asking him like, "Hey, where are all the chips at? All the refreshments? Like, your mother should have fed you before you got here. This ain't no."
7-Eleven or like, you know, some kitchen. That's it.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh! You know, but like with that, man, like it's just epic scenes. You know, like just inside the party. Because again, until this day, I'm not seeing House Party. It always felt like I wanted to kind of make my own house party. That's the feeling I always get. From them. I could picture myself all this crazy stuff happening in this one night. You know, and for sure. But like with that being like with the dance scene, you know, which is amazing. You know, Kid and Play. That's for a lot of people, it was the first time you saw them do the kick step. You know, and the signature kind of trademark dances. You know, which is amazing. Like, what did you think as well with the rap battle? You know, when Kid and Play are.
Bro, I thought that rap battle. I didn't know until high school that was an actual song.
Right.
I thought that was like, this is a real freestyle. Yeah. That was part of the movie. But then, like, when I was in high school, I found out that was an actual song. I'm like, but that was a good song. That was a good song. Yeah.
It
for
was,
the movie.
For the movie, you know, I loved how it showed them, like, how they were, like, it's like Kid and Play, they were like yin and yang. You know, it's like, one could rap this way.
Hey, who do you think won, though?
Oh, Kid came back. I would lie. Like, Play was killing him when he said he was on
Play was eating him.
As I said, Play was not in the mood. This is different. In the first house party, Play
was not in the mood.
Pissed, you know.
Like, this is the PLA. This is the PLA.
Yeah. If you can stay up, Patch Your Dad's curfew.
Patch Your Pop's curfew.
I love that line. Yeah.
Already has been. Let Uncle Play say a rhyme, tap your ass in. I'm like, yo, like, how can you come back from that, Kid? How can you come back?
Yeah, Kid did it. Kid got the people. You know, you got to keep it flowing, you know, and it's like, what was it? Kid spelled backward described your best, you know. I love that one.
Like, you didn't get played, you got played out.
I know. And Play even moved forward. He said, step to the side. Oh, you already played.
Step to the stage, too late. I blew it out.
And, you know, the best ending to it, you know this, when Bilal comes, like, oh, you know what?
So you know what
you can do? I can
do, but I can also do it better than Kid and Play was like.
Oh man,
it's like, I don't know.
Man, this guy,
like, you're already messing up on the mixing, on the scratches.
Oh man. Oh my gosh, it's just class. And this is a perfect time to mention him, you know. And you even just brought this up, John Witherspoon, you know, who we all know from Pulp.
What in the hell is going on here? Like, shut the hell up with all this racket.
What's that? Public Enemy? They say, hey, shut the damn music up, man. I'm trying to get some.
Like, yes, you do have some nice ones.
And bro, you know, I don't know if you ever got
Marsha
this.
Good was it Marla Gibbs?
Was it Marla Gibbs from Moyen? She was in she was in Friday After Next, you know, the one in the red. She even said something I didn't even know it's till after. You know when John Witherspoon calls the police and he says like, they're about to come. And she's like getting back in the bed, Walter. Yeah. He goes, Walter, and she opens her eyes. You know, it's a scene.
She called him Harry.
Yeah, Harry, that was it, Harry. She was knocking them boots with another dude. I didn't know that. Just like the Friday scene with Joy, I didn't know that after I watched it again. You know, it was terrific.
Oh yeah, man! I started noticing stuff. I watch House Party like a million times.
Yes,
there's a lot of stuff.
I would say, you know, that and the Friday film is probably the most watch of the. I'm not. It's hard to say like they're black films, even though they were, you know, the main audience. It was predicted for them because I feel like House Party anyone can watch. You know, I mean, But like those were the main two of those, you know, canon, like House Party 1 and Friday 1, like spectacular. You know,
I've been seeing memes on like Facebook. Of like how good like the party scenes of House Party was. Because they don't do it like that. In today's time, I'm like, first of all, for those who watch House Party, Full Force was trying to burn the house down. This was at a time where House Party came out at a time where gangster rap was rising.
Exactly.
Yeah, police brutality was on.
It was a point. It's a different atmosphere, different culture, different time. You know, one thing House Party did excellent, and I think it carried on to like more in Def Comedy Jam. It was that rawness. You know, there was this raw type. They didn't hold back. The raw type of comedy. Even when you see when Robin Harrison Pops comes in, and he annihilates that whole part of the room. Like, he lays the finishing move. You know, if you have like that finisher in the video games, and it says, "Okay, finish him." He did that. You know, he laid out. You know, he did it.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself.
You do it software. You know. Oh my God! And he said, you know,
what's your name?
What's your name?
Clean Wu. Clean X. I'm a Muslim. Well, go in the house and give me 2 bean pie and a pork chop sandwich. You want chop my peen? Like, damn, here come.
And rest in peace, AJ Johnson, the other one from
AJ Johnson.
AJ Johnson for Friday. You know, he had the Jericho. It's probably one of his first movie appearances. Like, I had a Jericho, and I kind of stopped wearing it because of what Robin Harris did to me.
Oh, you had a Jericho, man?
I had it, bro. Like, this is like, bro, we're going back like 2000 and I think 2005, maybe 2000.
My man Rich has a Jericho.
I will try put some. I may put it on my community. When I watched this movie, bro, I remember just going like, "Hey, but they wouldn't have a problem fighting you. Follow the drip, follow the drip,
follow the drip, follow the drip." Because at that time, was it 1990? Everyone was wearing the Jerry curl. This was like the NWA look.
Exactly.
Because Ice Cube was like the trendsetter.
Exactly. Easy, you know, had the curls as well. You know, so like
I think they stopped doing that like a year later.
It
the high top phase.
It was a short phase. You know, it went from Jerry curls to the high top. You know, revolution basically. You know, so when I did get my Jericho, it was again like fun, you know, them times, you know what I mean? Seeing like, you know, of those ones in the 90s, man, I was like, let me try this Jericho.
Bro, I had the S curl too, bro.
You had the S curl.
I had the S curl in middle school.
Bro, anyone who said they didn't have the Jericho, they're lying.
Any type of curl,
any
type of curl, you're lying. You had the curl once in your life. I tried it.
I tried it. I can
for like a few months. Yes, I tried it. Yo,
I'll try fetch that up. It's a classic scene, you know, and we're gonna say this most, man. Robin Harris lost him way too soon. You know, you see how.
You know what's crazy, Rich?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Robin Harris passed away 9 days after House Party came out.
Oh, you're kidding me! So once he went to premiere and man.
He died like 9 days. That's what's crazy.
Look how
he died 9 days after House Party came out.
Yeah.
Get to see the how it.
Yeah, how it is, you know, that's just it's so strange. You can see his talent, you know, from like this, Do the Right Thing, More Better Blues, but especially House Party. You know, it's a crazy world, you know. Even back then, it's so strange.
At least he went away with something great, like
he can always
gone
be proud
too soon. Yeah,
they're gonna be watching House Party. Look, it's 30 years now. We're still talking about it. You know, with 20 years, we're gonna be, you know, in our 50s, we're still talking about House Party. You know,
House Party, man. Like, hey, man, you remember that House Party?
Yeah.
Like, man. From House Party.
I remember getting play, man. Yeah. Hey, look, guess who came to the party? Guess who's to the party? You know, kids like that. Oh my gosh. All right, so now we've talked about like this second arc, you know, the arc in the middle, the party, you know, Robin Harris comes in. What did you think of like the third act? Basically, like I don't even know how Kid ended up in prison, like of all the guys.
Man, because Kid left. I know he went to I almost called her Gina.
Yes.
Sydney.
It's very easy. It's very easy. I would say Tisha, just like...
he went to Sydney's house. They almost had sex. Kids condom.
Yes.
Yeah, the old condoms for like the Stone Ages.
Folks, update your wallet. I'm talking to the kids out there. Don't get in that position, bro.
Yes. Update your wallet. Yes.
Wallet, bro, man.
I still have stuff I need to like throw out.
I've been in situations like that, but it wasn't that the rubber was old. It was like I thought I had like one and I didn't. And I had the opportunity to wax. Sometimes I'm with a woman and I'm ready to wax that ass. I was in that and I fumbled the ball, man.
Yo, I love how you just made a reference. You slick, bro. Yes. Like my man Rich said, update your wallet. Check if you have. Always keep 2 condoms in your wallet. Like I'm speaking from experience. Like
man. Yeah, a lot of people have fell into what happened to kids.
Some traps,
just keeping it real, man.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. So like,
watch people gonna take notes. I'm like,
they're gonna be like,
update your wallet.
You know, all right, dude. If anyone uses that, I want my residuals, man. I want
Retro boys, Retro bros, RichManZ, GQJamaal. We want our residuals. I want my just dues,
bro, man. Bill Bellamy didn't get paid for booty calls, so at least we're gonna get paid for your wallet. Right.
Update your wallet. Hashtag update your wallet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but man. So like that. Let's see. I think what was cool. It showed that like Kid was a very like he was a humble guy, you know. He was a good dude because, as you said, like in the at that point in the 90s, like he was so dominated with gangster rap. Like I couldn't imagine Tupac Shakur being like,
Tupac was about the action.
He's like, no, man. He's about like bang bang action, you know. I couldn't imagine him like around.
Like, look, girl, all eyes on me. Yes. About that
California. After he only climb out of the window and look at the camera, I get around, you know. See?
Like, look, baby, just keep your head up.
Oh man, those music references, man. Oh man! But like
one more Tupac reference. Like,
go for it, man.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Don't push me.
Oh man!
This is the thing, man. Like, I feel like with the music, especially back in the day, and it relates to House Party. Like, I know so much of the tracks, the names.
Oh yeah.
And you can just say this, and I get it. You know, I think that's one of the biggest part with mixing with this era is like, you know, just the names of some tracks. You know, you won't be like, I can't really name Drake's like, you know, 5 songs and be like, okay, all right, how can I like put this in a reference? You know what I'm going. Do you remember like in Moin when Kid guest star? We're gonna talk about this later, but when Kid guest stars in Moin and Moin and Gina tell him you need to go back to Charade. I'm sorry, not Charade, to what's his name?
Shanae.
Shanae. You know, and then 4 kids about to exit the door. Yeah, what did he say?
Hey, yo, kid, ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah. That's what we were doing now. That's what we doing now. Oh my God. Man. Yeah.
Kid ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Thank God. It's just, I would say, classic, you know, classic, man. But that,
like Martin, you was in the second one.
Yeah. We're gonna be going on to that, but like just closing down the first House Party, like with the end, what did you think of like because you know after that there's a prison sequence, you know, which that was
we're gonna tie that.
Yes,
tie that high top plate to a ponytail.
Be a homo, man. That's a no-no. It's just like that. Oh God, man. And Full Force were dancing, you know.
Full Force was with that
bullshit. They were like, yeah, man.
Like dancing, like.
Chill, guys, you know, but like they end up bailing out Kid, and I think the scene I love a lot is, you know, when Kid and Play they're driving back, you know, so this is like near right to the end before like Kid gets that ass whooping from Pops, you know, before that they're driving back to drop off like Kid at his house, and like Kid and Play have that exchange where Play basically talks about how he feels about women, the Kid talks about how he feels about. What did you think of that?
Bro, Kid has a good conscience. Yeah. Kid has a good conscience. He's a lot smarter than Play. Well, Play's more streetwise person. Yeah. But Kid, you can tell Kid was a lot smarter than Play.
Yeah. You know, from hearing like a lot of I was even saying this off camera. You know, the podcast I heard like Kid and Play. I'm sorry, Christopher Kid Reed. You know, had the interview with it was Talib or
Tawab Kweli.
Tawab Kweli, you know, and he even said like if you see like the characters in like the movies, that's pretty much like in some kind of way how Kid and Play were actually like, you know. I mean, as you said, I felt Play was more of the street smarts and Kid was more book smarts.
Oh yeah,
you understand, you know. So I really love that scene, you know, because you really see how these lot are friends. But they are different, you know.
I'm telling you, we know people like that.
Yeah.
We know people like that. We all have friends that just down for just knocking these girls raw, not using condoms.
Man, if they get pregnant, it's their problem.
Hey, that's on them.
Yeah.
Like, we know people like that.
Swear, man.
So, just like you said earlier, we can all relate from House Party
to them, you know what I mean? Yeah, I had like I used to be like these conversations in school, and it's like there was characters like Play in my school, which is talking about like, what they went about on the weekend, and I would be like, you know, why would you do that? You know, so I could feel that Kid in my mind, you know, being like sensible. You understand, like sensible. So I could get that, but yeah, man, like when they pull up to the house. And then amazing. I so love the way they did this because you feel like Kid got away with it. You know, he's creeping up the stairs ever so slowly. You know,
so this goes back to me saying suspense.
Suspense. You feel like you know, he got away with it. He stepped back in, and he's like, "Whoa!" Like music start. Whoa! Don't go to sleep yet, boy.
I don't want to do that. I want to do that just yet because your ass is mine. Got that belt ready. Yeah. So I'm gonna knock your high top fade off.
I love the credits are played, so you don't really see it, but you could.
And what other movie did that? only House Party
did that. It was so it was inventive.
Hey, that ass whooping went with the song. Yeah.
I'm gonna whoop the bejesus out of you here.
You said, I'm whooping your ass from now on. I'm gonna whoop the cow shit out of you. Like, yeah.
Oh, man. And he just stop. And you could go, the best line I said, you could go pull services like social service.
Oh, you can call child abuse once. If they come, I'm gonna whoop their ass too. He's like,
go to bed.
He said, I wear the apron and I wear the pants around here. I be went too damn long. Oh man.
So that's what
like you was at the party. What you Oh man, I can't explain. Oh man,
it gets me heated up, man. Just thinking, it's solid memories, man. Just the film, you know, like it's hard to even you know, like look at that movie and see like, oh, there's any fault in it. You know, it could be seen as a perfect film, you know, especially for back in the day, you know. I mean, like
it's flawless.
It's flawless, you know. As you said, like they say house parties are never gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Like there's memes and that. So I could not honestly for anything.
I can't think of a bad scene. I can't think of a bad scene in the first house party.
I swear.
It was flawless.
It's flawless. It runs well. You know, it doesn't like drag at any point. You know,
it's not long. It's like
not long.
I believe it's like an hour and what?
Maybe 20 minutes. Yeah. And just like the first Friday film, it all takes place in one night. You know, which is excellent. So I man, you know, it's a class. It's masterpiece. You could even say it's a masterpiece.
Oh yeah.
You know, but definitely. So like after that, you know, this movie. You know, for y'all don't know, it's caught a lot of people surprised. You know, as GQ even said earlier, like I think not even just here, you know, GQ, but even me, I had no idea Kid and Play was that big.
Right, me neither. I don't think because all the house party movies was made by New Line Cinema.
Exactly.
I don't think New Line Cinema know what they had. They probably thought this was just a black movie that was going to bomb at the box office. They didn't know the franchise would like blow up, you know, honestly. And it's funny, you know, when we did our like you know, for YouTube and we talked about our Christmas, you know, because you know, we did mention Home Alone that came out the exact same year. Yeah, Fox didn't know
I think I don't think they knew what they had, and they did similar things.
They probably think it was just a Christmas movie that's just going to bomb at the box office.
Yeah, you know, and it just goes to show, you know, sometimes when they can have low expectations, they have no idea how it can just become the biggest.
Same with Friday.
Yeah.
They probably think, oh, Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood, Chris Tucker, unknown comedian,
you know, and this is premise that they're just gonna be, you know, it's just a weed film, you know.
Weed film, like, oh, this gonna bomb at the box office.
And look, man, you got DJ Vlad still interviewing the stars from Friday. We still say their famous like lines and scenes, you know, so it just shows, you know. But with that being said, like similar like with Home Alone, like this like unslept like, you know, classic, you know, that midnight like overnight success, you know, House Party 2 was, you know, basically rushed in
a year later,
you know. So with like House Party 2, what was your like initial thoughts with the Pajama Jammy Jam? You know, what did you think of like?
Let's talk about House Party 2.
Yeah, so we're moving on to the second one now. Right.
The House Party, we both reviewed House Party in our channel. Go check it out.
Yes, definitely.
So this is my first time going to like going on House Party 2.
Yeah.
So me personally, as much as I love House Party 1, House Party 2 is personally my favorite sequel from the House Party series because it dropped a lot of like gems in this movie.
Yeah.
Story wise, it was solid.
Yeah.
It was solid. It had some like dry moments.
Yeah, some bits didn't hold up to the first one. As we said, the first one was perfect. There was some bits in the second one I was just like,
this was what, 1991. Martin was on his way to like fame, like star.
So
being a star.
Yeah,
and we still had Kid and Play.
Mm-hmm.
They were huge. They were just coming off the house party.
Yeah.
Lots of music videos. They had their cartoon at the time.
Cartoon series. Yeah. And just even the merchandise. You know, I'm pretty sure you saw posters, you know, T-shirts. They even had a Marvel comic book series, which a lot of people don't know. Yeah. You know, oh man, bro, like I said, like I'm like a big comic book nerd. You know, I used to read a lot back in the
That's
day.
how you know how big they were.
Yeah. You know, so I used to see when I would go, you know, to the like store, you know, on like Saturday supermarket, I saw like Kid and Play, you know, in magazines, you know. So, and as you said, you know, Martin and Tisha Campbell, who basically come back.
They return.
You know, full force come back. It does feel like it's just like Home Alone 2. It's so similar. If you compare these two to the first one, it's like it retreads the first one. But it's still, if you're a fan of the first one, you should be a fan of the second one. Like they go together, you know.
My only gripe about House Party 2, Full Force wasn't in it. They didn't get enough screen time. In House Party 2.
Right. I agree. I think the one thing I didn't like as well was I didn't like the Jamal character. You know, the white, and I'm not just saying because he's white. You know,
no. So don't write angry. Don't write angry like mail to us. Don't be dropping in the comments saying, "Oh,
yo, we want to make
racial discrimination here."
We want to make 22 a year for everybody. Okay,
right?
You know.
Yes, but I agree. I mean, if they like cut that character and had more screen time for Martin and Full Force, it could have been a better film.
Yeah. Even if I think Queen Latifah, who I love, she wasn't even in it as much as you wanted, like Tisha. Right. You know, they were kind of put to the side with more of like Jamal kid trying to get this tuition, you know. And my guy, she's mine.
She's mine.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to Play's character in a minute. But my overall thoughts about House Party 2. It's a solid sequel. It's a solid. Many people think House Party 2 is the worst sequel. I'm like, how?
To the no.
House Party 2 was a better sequel than 3. But we'll get to that.
We're gonna go to 3. I'm gonna go to House Party 3 again. That's why I closed that door.
That's like my personal favorite sequel from the series.
I can dig it, man. Like usually when I had the DVD for House Party, I had the 1 and 2. I never had House Party 3. So usually we would stay up Friday night, you know, we're off school. We would watch House Party 1 and 2. Yeah. You know, through to the night. So it was always cool just as a sequel. You know, you can do them some movies like Home Alone and you can watch the first House Parties, you know.
When I first watched House Party 2, I was young, you know. I know it came out in 91. I watched it. I've seen the TV version, so it was all edited. And stuff. When they say the F word, they say "shut the face up" or "sit your act down."
Play knocking those boots in the store, you know.
They music that whole scene.
Oh, man. I know.
That was the first time I watched House Party 2. When I first saw it, like as a fool, I was like, I think high school and like 18 or 19 when I got out of high school. But House Party 2 wasn't a bad sequel, to be honest. It's one of my favorite sequels. Yeah,
I appreciated it more when I actually was in college, you know, because when I did get in college and it's like I did watch House Party 2, that's where the relatability I could relate to, like, like when kid was going through his tuition, problems, and like him, I was working while I was in college, so I could understand trying to balance studies and balance, what I mean. So I could definitely, I appreciate the second one more as I got older.
Yeah,
that's from me, for sure. So
he was talking about how play was just fucked up in this shit in the second one.
So as I said, right, we're gonna
rewind it for a bit. Ain't shit friend in this sequel.
When you see him, as I said, in the first house party, I feel like it's more of a kid show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it deals with more kid, like, his relationship between Pops. You gotta remember that kid basically kind of got the girl at the end. He got Sydney. Play didn't get nada. Shireen, she wasn't trying to hurt. So Play was in a pissed off mood in the first one. In the second one, I think that's when you really saw like what Play's character was like. He was selfish. He just cared about the
egotistical,
narcissistic in a way. And he only just cared about like legit, like he was
himself,
man.
Careless.
Yeah. So he put a lot of shit kid had to go through was basically because of Play,
And this goes into, I know one of your videos you talked about like outgrowing your friends.
Yes.
This plays a whole part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
we've all had that friend who they still think they're in high school. They say they don't kind of go with the times. Yeah, they don't get like take responsibility. Yeah. And this was the time I saw Play as this dude. Like he was like a play. As the name is, he was a player. I'm telling you, it was. There's one scene I remember kids coming back from his class, and I think Plays with one chick like on the seat.
Yo,
I was like, yo, man,
I remember that scene.
Could you imagine, bro, coming into your room like after work and it's like, what is going on?
Because before that, you see Martin. Getting on with this one girl.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get your egg.
You're
going to get your egg. Then here comes kid coming to his door. Then you see this. Oh, man.
It was.
The girl was fine. Yeah.
Man, and I'm going to talk a bit about this in the House Party 3. About like this part. I'm going to keep that for a bit. But after this, I think that's 91. And it was even 92. It must have been 1992. House Party 3, Class Act.
Yeah.
Which that came out. It was 1992. Correct me if I'm wrong, GQ. That came 1992. There's some people who don't. They may have not even seen Class Act. They know about House Party 1 and 2, but like for some reason, like with Class Act and House Party 3,
people know about Class Act.
Yeah,
like
I guess
when I first did.
Right.
I did the Class Act review. I was worried about people not worrying about, like, they don't know about what Class Act is, the movie was. But if you go on YouTube, like if you search a scene from Class Act, there's a scroll down the comments. People love Class Act.
Right. I think it was because it possibly was because, like I said, I didn't grow up with Class Act. House Party 1 and 2, of course. We saw that everywhere, but I had to do my research later. Then I saw Class Act.
People love Class Act.
Did not know that. I honestly, man, I know. But like, bro, like, what were your thoughts with Class Act?
Bro, Class Act is one of my favorite movies. Like. Comedy movie. I love Class Act. I could talk about Class Act all day.
I know. I seen the review, man. Definitely check GQJamaal's review of Class Act.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Man, Class Act was different from House Party because this was based off of like Kid and Play, like real life
experiences. Yeah.
Real experiences.
The nerd against the street kid.
Duncan Hughes, nerdy, can't get no girls.
Yeah.
Wearing these high water Kmart clothes. He's like JC Penney's top of the line.
Eyes.
Oh, like, don't be ill.
The glasses, you know, it's
he had the at the first half of the movie, he still had the high top fade.
Like, yeah. It's a bit bigger now.
Now he had the dreads.
Which is midway when he's aligned with like a Blade, you know, a Blade. Yeah. You know, he changes his stuff.
Yeah, Blade Brown.
Yes, man. Ooh.
The tough guy.
Yeah.
Gets all the ladies. He has the lingo down to a crisp.
Yeah, you know. Is he play?
You seen the car? You seen the car?
Yeah.
So where did you get that Jeep from?
Jeep, man. He probably got it on the corner.
This is Lucinda.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think that was I gotta see it again.
Lucille, yeah.
Lucille. Yeah. Oh man, but like Blade and not like Blade.
That was just that movie made by Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, you know, it was the first time they were out of New Line, you know, so it's a big move, you know. I think they believed, you know, in Kid and Play because the first two movies, man, they did well, good numbers, and they were both pretty like good critical reception, you know. You know what I mean? So
classic came.
Yeah. You know, and what did you think as well, like because I loved as well, like how Class Act, it kind of mirrored the first one of they had the two leads, Kid and Play, and then they had the two girls. But this time in Class Act, you got Hillary, Karen Parsons, her best friend. Hillary. Daddy, I need to buy a new car. Daddy, I need $200.
Daddy, I need. No, I don't want to wax your wife. I don't even know what a chumpy is.
Oh, yes, man. Oh, my God, man. Sure.
Then you had Alyssa Rogers.
Boys in the Hood, man. Ooh, man. She was
fine as ever.
Fine as hell, man. Like, do you remember the scene when Kid goes with her to the restaurant and them guys are just like, ooh, in the red dress?
The guy from Pootie Tang was in there.
Pootie Tang was in there, like cameo.
Yeah.
He was smoking.
She had that red dress. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like Kid, they had the dark skin one, and then they had the light skin and Karen Parsons. So I love how they put that.
I did not notice that.
See how you got? I got it. And originally, bro, remember that they switched, you know, their profile switched. So that Karen Parsons was originally meant for kids.
Hey, that scene when all the kids were like coming to the school.
Yeah. Oh, bro, my God.
Another thing about Class Act I love Blade Brown's entrance scene.
I love these own is the music. We're gonna talk about the soundtrack. I really love the Class Act soundtrack. You know, I listen to that a lot more than even the House Party soundtrack because I have all of them. I have even 1, 2, and even 3. You know,
Class Act came at a time where the New Jack Swing was at its peak, prime.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like
you can hear Jodeci, you can hear
I heard I felt how Boyz II Men. I think it was even one of them. You know, I could have sworn it's something similar. You know, but there was a lot of like.
Then you can hear Shabba Ranks, Maxi Priest, MC Hammer. MC Hammer,
There's a love MC Hammer, man. But definitely, man, Class Act. That is a film. I love House Party 2, but this is just for me. I actually personally prefer Class Act than House Party 2. That's
same here.
Me, yeah, you know, I know some people.
House Party 2 and Class Act was like neck and neck.
They were neck and neck. They were tight.
Class Act, like throughout its like entire run.
I think where Class Act beats House Party 2 is the story. I think the story is more superior to the second one. You know, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Doggy Dog, Cool Runnings, man.
Popsicle.
Popsicle.
Then Wedge.
Yes. Oh,
Demeanor, I thought you was gonna play with my frog.
Because he's hilarious. You know?
Bro, man, before he was on the Martin
show. I know Tommy was the antagonist. You know?
Hey man, Tommy stayed playing these shady characters.
He was that guy in Harlem Nights. You remember Harlem Nights? Rest in peace,
Thomas Michael Ford, but he stayed playing these shady characters.
I know. Ain't no having you no job having ass, man.
Oh man.
I love TV Classic. Yes. Man. When he comes like
he stays like flattening people's heads, bro.
It's like, oh. Oh, when they
Pauly Shore.
I love that, man. He's like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Then these other two guys, cool.
Michael, Blade Brown. Nice dude.
Yeah. I cracked myself off. Tommy, man.
Rest in peace, Thomas Michael Ford, man.
You know, but for sure, man. Classic.
Pauly Shore was in it.
Yeah, yes, Pauly Shore. All right, he was a huge deal. In the early '90s, man. Like he was that on-scene comedian. You know, he was basically hot. Yeah,
he was that guy in the early '90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
one of my. I know we're talking. I know this is a Kid and Play episode, but sure. Have you ever seen Encino Man?
Is that the one with Brendan Fraser? Yes. They used to show that. They used to show that movie channels. Like I said, they used to show that repeatedly, like on Sundays. We had a movie channel called Sky Movies when I was back in UK. They used to show that one every Sunday.
Hey man, Encino Man was that movie.
I love that movie.
It's one of those movies. It's either you seen it or you haven't.
Yeah.
It has a cult following. That was one of the first few movies I remember watching as a kid because my sister had it on VHS.
Right.
I could say, "Where's the juice?
Where's the juice?" Oh man, buddy. And he also did the voice for a Goofy movie, which I love. Yeah.
Oh man, I might have to review Encino Man for all you Brendan Fraser heads.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Pauly Shore heads out there.
I love Pauly Shore is someone. Again, if you weren't at that time, going for the nights with Kid and Play, you wouldn't know who Pauly Shore is. But
everyone knew who Pauly Shore was.
Please, man, we loved him in that. But yeah, man, Classic. I think it was a great sequel. You know what I mean? Even though it's a different, you could say it's a different universe, different timeline to the first House Party, but it still works well.
Oh yeah,
with the movies and that. Yeah. And then on it's cool. I love it. And then 2 years after, we got the final installment.
Man, should we talk about it? Should we go in?
I'm not gonna go.
I'm going in.
We're gonna go in. I'm going in. I've already reviewed this. It would be nice to hear both of our takes on the third one.
Remember, this is the first review I watched from RichManZ. It was a House Party 3 review. Well, if it wasn't for the House Party review from RichManZ, there wouldn't be no Retro Boys.
Right.
There wouldn't be no past discussion videos from us. So
it pretty much started. That was like one of my. Man. That was one of my early reviews, man.
Yeah.
Back that. And
hanging with about House Party 3, man.
House Party 3. I always found it strange that they made this after Class Act because I thought they would have finished to House Party 3, then Class Act. It was made at a time, and it's very important to know. I said this in a review. I always remember it. In 1994, that was the height of the gangster rap. Tupac, Biggie, Ice Cube, NWA, which was a bit before, but they all had branched out. I don't know about Naughty by Nature if you would consider them.
Not.
No. I don't think so. No, but
they had their own lane.
They had their own kind of way, but it dominated. The
because Stretch was starting to become a star because yesterday I watched Jason's Lyric for the first time.
Lyrics, man. Yeah.
I've seen it on TV, but this is the first time seeing the R version.
Okay.
But I seen Treacherous becoming a star.
Hey, see Treacherous now, man. He was he was nothing.
Eddie Griffin was hilarious.
Ooh, Alan Payne.
He was also in House Party 3. Yeah.
Alan Payne, Jada Pinkett, of course, and Bokeem Woodbine. You know who's yeah. So I always loved Jason. I actually preferred Lyric than I said this in my review, but I preferred it than Poetic Justice, and I love Poetic Justice. Don't get it wrong, but if you see Jason Lyric like all together, man, it's I think it has more of an all-star cast as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like
that could be a great. That could be a great like versus like Poetic Justice versus Jason Lyric.
For sure, they're very similar films. You know, very same. 993 Poetic Justice, and then you got 994.
94,
Jason Lyrics. You know, so definitely. You know, I love those films. You know, I had the VHS cassettes. You know, of Poetic Justice and Jason. No, I had the DVD of Jason Lyrics, but like again, I grew up with those films. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, but that with House Party 3, and GQ knows this, you know, as well. In the mid-90s, that's when the gangster rap was like booming everywhere. Suge Knight,
the New Jack swing was like fizzling out,
slowly fading away. So it does feel, and I did mention this House Party 3. It does feel like it's like an end of an era, kind of film,
a farewell film.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. It just felt like, like that kind of hip hop, the New Jack swing, you know, dancing, the house party, you know, is finally getting put to rest. And now this, like, you know, Death Row, you know, Suge Knight, all of this is now going to be on the top heading, you know. But what was your first impressions of?
What was my first impression of House Party 3?
Yeah.
I was in elementary school when I watched House Party 3. I remember going to my sister's friend's house at the time. They had the VHS tape of House Party 3. I didn't think too much of it. It was like, okay, another Kid and Play film. Cool. Now, as an adult, man, House Party 3 is just terrible.
Bad.
Terrible.
Yeah.
There was only a few, scenes that were funny, but as a film, as a movie, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But people love House Party 3.
I still don't get it because
I don't get it.
You know, there was one reviewer like how I watched. You know, it's just like he gave me like the inspiration to even review. In the first place, shout out to RMJ movie reviews. You know, like he even said that there was this kind of sleaziness that House Party 3 had. Like they focused more on sex. So raunchy. There's one scene,
like House Party. Yeah, go ahead.
One scene, bro. I always remember if anyone mentions House Party 3, there's a scene where the grandma, you know, immature, basically downstairs, and she's watching the TV of these lot.
She is
slamming
a porno.
Now I'm just like, this is a grandma watching this, and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Right. She was supposed to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But she's over here watching a porno. I'm like, yo, House Party 3 was so raunchy.
It's
okay, granny, House Party 1 and 2, they had some like raunchy. It was slight.
Even when Kid jumps in, he jumps over the fence and he's
watching
slamming
the sex scene.
Yeah. It was sprinkled, but it never focused too much on that. But on the third one, you even had Chili from TLC. She said, "Oh, I want a slow screw on the wall." I'm like, "This is House Party? Like, what?"
House Party 3 was just raunchy. I don't know if they were trying to keep up with the times or anything, but this was raunchy for no reason.
I mean, the first scene you see play, he's with the girl inside the bed, you know, he's like promising her. You know.
I swear it's somebody from the Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
from Def Comedy Jam wrote this or something, or like trying to put input on the movie. I'm like, this is pretty much a Def Comedy Jam movie.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
pretty much, man.
Because everyone from the Friday movies and Def Comedy Jam movies was in this film.
Bernie Mac, Eddie Griffin,
without
Joe, not Joe Torre.
Joe Torre was in it.
Torre was in this,
yeah. AJ Johnson.
Yeah.
Even
that Latino guy, the Latino guy with AJ Johnson, he was on Def Comedy Jam too. So yeah, man. It was
the guy from the cashier from White Man Can't Jump was in it.
Yes.
That didn't seem was funny though. I ain't gonna lie. That didn't seem was funny.
I love the scene.
Michael
the guy Friday.
Michael. Yeah. But like House Party 3 was just raunchy. Storyline was just kind of everywhere. And you want to talk about I hated the stinky character. You can tell this was made for Martin. Martin already had his show at the time.
Series, so he couldn't come in. But they basically replaced Martin with the stinky character, and it's like Martin is he's a one of a kind comedian. You know what I mean? That's a big shoes to fill. And they put him in, and it's just that didn't work. And I didn't even we saw Tisha Campbell appear in these like little cameos, and I was like, why? I would have loved to see more of what happened between Kid and Tisha, because it just skipped.
What happened? It just skipped.
And he's with Angela Means.
Yeah.
And it's like I was like, did I miss
something? Kid and Sydney. Yeah, you can tell they looked at the script. I'm like, oh hell no.
Yeah. Just rewrites. I can tell this film just rewrites hell, man. Because even when he gets to the end and they get married, I just really man,
it was like the third act. It was just raunchy. All the strippers and
And when the stripper came in out of the birthday cake, man, it was just so. I felt like I was watching an XX-rated music video.
Don't get me wrong, people. I love rated R movies. But this was just over the top raunchy, man. That wasn't what House Party was about.
Exactly. Whole part of the house party was having fun with your friends, like dancing. Just having a good time, and they just put that kind of sleaziness. Like it just became so sexed up. More than ever. And it's like that. Even when I worst part is when I saw Immature, these are like 8-year-olds there, and they were hollering at the post lady who's like in her 40s or something. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this?
And Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker was in it.
Only saving grace, man. Seeing him in there, then he got Friday.
To be honest, I didn't even think he was funny in House Party 3.
So
people say, this scene was so amazing. I'm like, no, I mean,
it's very tiny, man. It's so small. I think Bernie Mac, is the only saving grace out of the third one. If you're a fan of Bernie, he's still. That's when I knew Bernie Mac was a great comedian, because it's a trash film, but his performance.
Bernie Mac saved this film.
Yeah. You understand, but I definitely.
Boy, be yourself. If people don't like you for being yourself, fuck them.
Fuck them. Fuck them, Just get fuck them. Oh, man, but he was him. But, man, with that, it's funny because when House Party 3 came out, that's when the albums from Kid and Play stopped. Stopped, so as I said, it did feel like closing time, and I feel for a bit even Kid and Play kind of went their own way. You understand, because as you mentioned before, Kid, I saw Kid guest star in a few TV series. He was in the Martin episode, of course. Forever Shanae. He appeared in Smart Guy. Which I was recently. You remember?
Temptations.
He was his sister. He was his sister.
Oh yeah,
sister,
he was that. He was a manager.
He was a manager. So yeah. So Kid was around. I think
he was active.
He was active. Yeah. Play. I don't know what Play was doing for the later of the 90s. They did say
I think he had some personal issues.
He had some personal issues. You know what I mean? He married he was in a relationship with the girl from Coming to America. The one, which I only knew.
Lisa McDowell.
Lisa McDowell. McDowell's in that. But I'll ask you, what did you think of all right, so Kid and Play, you got 88, 89, 90, House Party, of course, 91, House Party 2, Class Act 92, then House Party 3, 94, then even the cartoon series was in between. What did you think of the
overall career?
The career, them finishing in the the mid-90s, what were your thoughts on that?
I'm kind of glad it's sad that they stopped. I'm kind of glad that they stopped at a good time, at a good point. I wish they had one more movie, a non-House Party movie. I would like to see a non-House Party movie.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Wait, let me just pause it. Back on. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they stopped at a good point. I wish we could have had another non-House Party movie. Yeah. Maybe they can play another character.
Yeah.
But I'm satisfied what we received from Kid and Play. They had good music. They were trendsetters.
Yeah.
I'm pleased with the House Party movies.
Yeah.
Except for number 3 and Class Act. I love Class Act, but I think that they had solid careers.
Yeah.
Because you really never hear anything bad from Kid and Play.
That's the thing. Yeah. They don't have any kind of controversies about them, so I think they bowed out. I think they bowed out because I think they knew what was on the scene, when they left. It's like the music time just changed, at a point in streaming service, you could not find any Kid and Play songs. Yeah.
Especially Spotify, you could not find no type of
Go ahead and buddy. I even said this because I was such a fan of the seeing them on the first film. I downloaded the tracks way before. This is when downloading used to be a lot easier before all these blah.
LimeWire,
torrent,
Easy Jackson.
That. So, bro, we were more lucky back then, but bigger upload and oh my god, good times. That content, but I downloaded these ones way back. House Party 1 soundtrack. Was it Funhouse? 2 Hype? Class Act soundtrack, and even the House Party 3, so it's still, I can still listen to those music, when I feel like, dancing or something.
Oh yeah.
But my sentiments exactly, I do feel that they left that the time
at the right time,
because that's I know the other rappers even went through that, MC Hammer. Similar thing. He started to kind of fade away around the mid to late 90s, and he had this other stuff. Well, it wasn't just them, but for what they did, the House Party film, especially the first one, how successful that is, and it's just like Kids, Trademark, High Top Fade, the appearances on Arsenio Hall, the many performances at the Apollo, I think they have a once in a career. They have a great career in that.
What do you think of the cartoon?
All right, so the cartoon series, as I said, they were running this the same time as Hammerman. I don't know if you watched the Hammerman thing.
I haven't seen Hammerman.
I used to love Hammerman. That was damn, what was it? What was the other series playing? I was watching a bit of the first Power Rangers, the Mike Wolf first one.
That's another thing about Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I never got the whole hype about Power Rangers. I never sat down to watch an episode, a full episode.
It was hard for us because it was on probably every station at one time.
Yeah.
Like we had to try to turning on Power Rangers.
ABC was just Power Rangers station.
It was everywhere, man. So like I did see a few episodes of the series. I did watch a bit, like when I started to review like House Party 3, and it was like something I couldn't really watch. You know, I was just like, you know, it's like, you know, those animated series you can watch as a kid and you can watch as an adult, and there's some that you can't really, you know what I mean? As you watch the Kid and Play cartoon is like, it's just
it didn't age well.
It didn't age well, man.
Yeah,
you know,
I know they had like a live segment portion of like the beginning. They start off like
because it shows a few scenes of them like live, you know, with Kid and Play, and I think even Martin, I think he did one of the voices of the characters, and he so, you know, but I mean, I think for the time it was really good for them because you know, they were getting promoted everywhere. You know, they had the commercials as well. They had a Sprite, you know, commercial. You know, if you've seen that. So I mean,
they got a full season. So then NBC must have done well.
And it just mentioned NBC. There was a particular rapper from Philadelphia who ended up having a show on NBC. I don't know if you know him. What did you think about that? Because we talked a bit about the story. You know, we're gonna mention this. We're gonna have what did you think again? If Kid and Play were the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was in House Party, how do you think that would have worked? And bro, let me just add this: how do you think it would have worked for the Chris? Because we all know what Will Smith ended up becoming. You know, he became this like A-list movie star celebrity. You know, like, do you think if the roles would reverse, do you think Kid and Play could have become that, you know, superstar?
I don't know,
what do you think?
Because I can't picture a kid, that scene where Will finally meets his dad. I can't. I don't know. I don't think it'll work. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think one of the reasons, because this is very interesting topic, nice to like close with, you know, like, you know, the rappers who actually crossed over to film. You know, because we've talked about it even in barbershop, you know, some of the rappers who became movies. CDs. You know, so we talked about
I got that Kid and Play, baby.
I got that TV, you know. So, you know, it's not that easy just because you try a music video. Right. You can become a movie star. And Will Smith, to this day, I think he's the only one who did it successfully. He was a rap star, and he had these, you know, he had these he had these awards for like summertime, you know, he had these collabs, you know, with DJ Jazzy Jeff. So he was doing that, and then he was able to transition from the TV star to a movie star. You know, I know many people can do that, but like Will Smith had range. That was one of the best. But when you saw him, them emotional scenes when Dad came, or when he gave Paul and the drugs. So Will's acting ability. You know, even recently, bro, I just watched the Ray Richard, you know, when he's playing Serena Williams' Venus. Excellent performance, man. It is something. But that was what I was saying. Do you know, kid possibly being Will Smith, do you think, you know?
I don't know, man. No, I can't see it. I can't see it. Like, playing Jazzy Jeff's character. It would be funny seeing Play get thrown out by Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil, you know,
I'm glad it worked. I'm glad it played how it played. Because
because I think there was more comedy with Kid and Play. Like they're both comedic, you know, Fresh Jazzy and Kid and Play, but especially Will Smith when it came to acting, like, you know, I'm sorry I'm staring up to Will Smith, you know, but I kind of...
no, you're good.
definitely. But like, definitely when Will became this like blockbuster dude, you know, in these movies, I think there was a way you could just take him seriously, you know, as thing. And as I said, to this day, man, like, I think no one had a career like him.
No,
you understand. But to go with what you said,
it was either Will or Tupac.
Or Tupac, yeah, possibly Tupac would have been the closest thing.
Yeah,
you understand, who could have.
Tupac would definitely be like executive producer of some projects
for sure. For sure, man. Because like I said, Will had range. Tupac had range. You know what I mean? Like, you see him in these movies. It would have been nice to see him in like an action, you know, adventure like movie like Men in Black or Independence Day. You know, sci-fi adventure and that. But yeah, man, as you said, it's good that things worked out that way.
Yeah.
You know, Fred.
We would get the fresh kid of Bel Air, the fresh kid of New York,
Bel Air, man.
The fresh kid of Brooklyn,
of Queens. They're from Queens. Kid and Play Queens, you know. Because I keep saying, some people don't understand. Like, Kid and Play blew up before Fresh Prince.
Yes,
that's what some people don't understand. Like, if we don't know, but like, you know, House Party, they don't know how big this film was, man.
Yeah.
You know,
House Party blew Kid and Play up to like mainstream.
You know, it's like Will was just still doing the first season of Fresh Prince, and they probably similar. They didn't even know if this was gonna work.
Right.
You know,
NBC probably thought, oh, this won't even last 13 episodes because Will Smith's a rapper,
exactly,
and they probably won't take television seriously. And NBC still is a big station.
You know,
why would we take a chance on a rapper, 22-year-old rapper?
Yeah, you know what I mean. And and remember, he proved them wrong, man. You know what I mean. He had no like formal acting experience, as I know of before. You know, so like that was a huge chance. You know.
Yeah, and Fresh Prince, usually came on Mondays, so and it came on like at 7:00.
7:00. Yeah. Even back in Europe, it was 6. We watched it 6:00. Same time as Simpsons.
Was that? 7:00 was that time slot.
Prime time, you know. So
that time slot. That's when first show would start. Like
exactly. So I mean, it's you know, as you said, it's cool things worked the way it did. You know what I mean? I can love like Appreciate House Party and the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You know, so it's nice to go back to both of them. But yeah, folks, man. Any final thoughts, GQ, on like, you know, Kid and Play? So just like the whole the totality.
Man, final thoughts of Kid and Play. For those who's listening in, I have House Party 2 on my TV. So you can still watch the House Party movies till this day. That's how big House Party was. Kid and Play, they were just a rare group. They had their own individual, like they had their own style. They had their own like fashion. Great music. I was listening to Rolling with Kid and Play earlier.
Oh, that's one of the
Kid and Play down. Everybody say,
it's a great crowd song, man.
I love Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody.
I think one of their best tracks.
I see mine.
The House Party. And it even plays scenes from House Party 2, I think, in the music video, or is it even classic? Because I know Kid has different hairstyle. He has the hairstyle from classic, you know. But I always loved the it works so well with the House Party 2.
Right. I love Funhouse. I love they really had some great music. Even though they were like classified as like fun, happy rap, they weren't corny.
Yeah.
They weren't corny like some other musical acts.
Yes.
But overall, Kid and Play, they had a great career, solid career. I know it was shortened, but they had like a good 5-year run.
5-year run. You know, from the time they had, you know, and I also forgot to, you know, I am sorry for not putting this in, you know, like how they got their starting was through like Salt and Pepper, you know. I forgot to even mention them, you know. I remember,
they all knew each other.
That's what's funny.
Same neighborhood. Martin, Salt and Pepper. They were all Tommy Davidson. They all knew each other.
Yeah, so they all come up.
For those who didn't know, Kid did the theme for the first season of Martin.
Yeah.
Like if you hear the first season of Martin, like Martin, that's Kid's voice. I didn't know until like a year ago.
Yes, yeah. I watched some interviews.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing, you know, how all these talents were in the same, you know, area. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. And I love like they all helped each other out. You know, like you know, like Martin appeared in House Party, and you know, Kid ended up appearing in Martin. You know, which I always thought was great.
Get into that. What did you think about the episode of Martin? Like when Kid was on Martin, what do you think of that episode?
I thought it was one
that
of
was an early episode.
That was early. You know what I mean? It's like
episode.
And as you know, GQ, like the first season of Martin, it's not the best. It's like they're trying something new.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't really go to like his heights until the second and third. But out of the first season, it's definitely the highlight. You know what I mean? Because for anyone, like I said, you know, who's watched the House Party and they see Kid there, they're like, whoa, Kid's in. And Kid hadn't appeared in any sitcoms before that. That was like the first one. So I was just always it's an episode I always go back to.
It would have been dope if Play was in.
That's what I'm saying. I would have loved to see Play had appeared in the episode of Martin. Just all of them together.
Would have been dope. Yeah, the House Party reunion.
Oh man, I think they missed something, man. They would have loved it, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, that was a definite highlight, you know, Kid appeared. You know,
forever Shanae.
Forever Shanae, man. You know, and you know, even talking about that, like the influence, like if House Party was never made, like we would have never got Martin. Like, let's just keep it 100, you know.
Let's get Kid and Play their flowers like right now. Because
exactly. You know, we have
if there wasn't no House Party, there would have been no Martin.
You can even see the title, you know, like the title of Martin, you know, the colors, you know, the kind of 90s kind of like, you know, that's, you know, color, you know, that was influenced so much by the first film, you know, that Kid and played. And so like kudos to, you know, Christopher Reed and Christopher Martin.
Yes, sir.
They're the government names now, man.
Man.
Yes, folks, but that's our you know, much we've been wanting to do this for a while, you know, because we could both say clearly like House Parties. If I had a top 10 film list of all time, House Parties definitely up there.
House Party was one of the first movies I ever watched.
Yeah.
Even going back to the Martin show, I think one of the first episodes I've watched was a episode with Kid, the Forever Shanae episode. That was like one of the first episodes I watched.
Exactly. You know, so yeah, it's a very top film to a lot of people. You know, it's the first one, and Kid and Play. Yeah, it's just it's iconic, man. We'll be talking, as I said, we'll be talking this 10 years from now. It'll be a lot for that, you know. But yes, folks, you know, let us know. You can always get to us, you know, on our, you know, social media, you know, just like to hear, I would love to hear what you got to know about like House Party, you know, Kid and Play, you know, even just as you said, the fun hip hop, as GQJamaal said, you know, them bowing out, you know, in the like mid 90s, you know, and just let us know your experience about like House Party and Kid and Play. And we will put all the links below, you know, in you know, you can reach us, you know what I mean, and it'd be cool to hear what you say. Hear what you got to say.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome, cool. All right, so thanks, folks, you know, for taking time, you know, to Listen to the second episode with RichManZ.
Number 2, GQJamaal. The Retro Bros.
The Retro Bros, man. Official, man. It's so good, man. As you said, with 2022, we're on Spotify. Yeah, go for it.
Yes, we're on Spotify. We on YouTube. Check our reviews out. Check us out on YouTube. Like, check RichManZ out. Check me, GQJamaal.
GQ Jamal. Check our YouTube. Definitely. You know, as the GQ was saying, man, we're doing like the podcast is now regular. You know, it's gonna be out every Friday, and I'll be
every
Friday, or maybe Friday after next, or next Friday
after next.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, so that will be 8. It'll be 8 a.m. Eastern time. So the 8 a.m. Central time. You know, Central Time States.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, definitely. It will always be where I'm gonna, as I said, with my YouTube channel, I'm gonna be advertising a lot, you know, for the podcast. So yeah, check that out. You know, and exactly. Yeah, we both got this. So like, you know, we've got the podcast running, and we're both doing our reviews. You know, so definitely look for a lot of cool reviews.
Yes. Yeah. We're on your ass 2022. Exactly. Like, you're going to see more of us.
More of us, man. We're going to be there. We're going to be there. The Retro Brothers, man.
Retro Brothers. Yes,
it's in full effect. The call get in full effect, you know?
Full effect.
Full effect, you know?
Then you got to hit the NWA, like, straight out of content intro, like...
What you see? Wait. Sound effects are coming soon, folks. Believe me, man.
Yes.
This is episode 2, yo.
Episode 2. Yes. We made it past episode 1, y'all. Yes.
You know, so yeah, man. Thanks for like everyone who's took time to listen to this, you know, and yeah, man. Stay tuned for the next episode. Should be coming very, very soon. But till then, folks, it's RichManZ and
GQJamaal.
And we are signing off.
Out.
Peace.
And cut.